Hello, good morning, and today I continue my class again, science and chapter light, which is from class 10th. Okay, so in my previous class, I already talked about light, the basic properties of light, and uh, what is light, what is what are the different characteristics of light, how light travels, what is a luminous object, and what is a non-luminous object. Okay, and how light travels. It travels without medium, and the dual properties of light, that is the wave property and particle property. In case of wave property, what is that? It consists of electromagnetic waves. Okay, and such that it travels without medium. Okay, no need of any object for its propagation. Okay, and in previous section I discussed about the reflection of light. Again, let us continue the reflection, how it behaves when it gets reflected from the surface of a mirror. And we have two types of mirrors. One is plane mirror, another is spherical mirror. In case of plane mirror, what happens? Light directly gets reflected as parallel beams. Okay, how it is? Suppose this is the plane mirror. Okay, when light falls, it it gets reflected parallel. Okay, the parallel beam of light gets reflected, and because of the plane surface, there is a the sequence of reflection of lights becomes parallel. Okay, but what happens when the surface is not plane? It is spherical. So in today's section I discuss about the spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors. So what is a spherical mirror? What is a spherical mirror? It is a part of a hollow sphere. Is that okay? So we have two types of spherical mirrors. One is concave, another is convex. When it is said to be a concave mirror, and when it is said to be a convex mirror? When light gets reflected, from the concave part of a mirror, that is the bent in part, the part is bent. And how it is bent? That its center of the curvature, okay, the center of the sphere, if you say the center of the sphere, okay, is in the suppose is in the front, the front side of the reflecting part, in the front side of the reflecting part, then it is said to be a concave mirror. Or we say frankly converging mirror. Yes, converging mirror. Okay, and what happens when light falls on a bulging part of a mirror? That is when the reflecting surface of a mirror is bulged. The opposite of concave, that is convex. Then that is said to be a convex spherical mirror. Okay, so but if we draw the figure here, so the content is all about spherical mirror. Spherical mirror. Okay, today class is all about spherical mirror. Okay, so we have two types of spherical mirror. Okay, first one is what? Concave, and what? Another is convex. Okay, we have two types of spherical mirror. One is concave mirror, another is convex mirror. Okay, so as you know, when parallel beam of light, when parallel rays falls on a plane mirror, okay, when parallel beam falls on a plane mirror, then obviously the reflected rays also follow the law of reflection, and they gets reflected. How? Parallel. The reflected rays are also parallel, as parallel beam of light falls on the reflecting surface of a plane mirror. Okay, but what happens when such rays fall on a spherical mirror? Spherical means curved surface. This surface of the reflecting plate or the reflecting part is not plane, that is curved. How it is curved? Either inward or outward. Very simply, if we say, the curved surface is either inward or outward, either converging or diverging. That's the point to ascertain what type of mirror that is. If curved inward, then concave. If curved outward, then convex. Okay. If converging, the reflected rays are converging, then we say concave mirror. Okay, simply concave mirror. If the reflected rays are diverging, then diverging lens. Mirror. Diverging mirror, and that is convex mirror. Okay, so two things to be remembered, point to be noted. First one, if the reflecting surface is curved. Okay, if the reflecting surface is just like curved, okay, then we say the mirror is spherical, and it is it is a part of a hollow sphere. Simply, okay. Then we have two types of spherical mirror. One is your concave, another is convex. When it is said to be a concave mirror and when it is said to be a convex mirror? When the reflecting part, okay, the edge of the mirror is curved what? Inward or bent in. Okay, then we say that is a concave mirror and it is a converging mirror. The rays are the parallel lines coming parallel. The rays coming parallel with the principal axis converge to a fixed point, which is set to the focus, which is set to the principal focus of the spherical mirror. Okay, and what happens to convex mirror? They get diverged. That is diverging mirror. Just like see the graph here. So suppose this is principal axis. Okay, this is principal axis in case of concave mirror. When parallel beam of light falls on this is the back side of the mirror. Nothing is here. Here is in the back side there is nothing. Okay, in the back side there is nothing. Okay. So when parallel beam or rays falls on the reflecting surface, they get diverged to a point. Okay, which is called the principal focus of the concave mirror. Okay, So we have two types: spherical mirrors, concave spherical mirror and convex spherical mirror. Okay, so now let us know the different terms relating to what spherical mirrors. Okay, different terms we have to know it for better learning. Okay, and all things, what the graphs, the diagrams, while drawing the graph, or you say the ray diagrams, these nomenclatures are very important for drawing the different what image formation. Okay, different rays diagram, how to draw, how to understand the image formation in a spherical mirror. We must learn the rays, the diagram, the terms connecting with what image formation. Let us know it. Okay, so the first thing, suppose this is a circular part. Okay, the concave mirror, suppose we take this part. Okay, now suppose take this a concave mirror. Okay, if we mark the center of this circular region, okay, or sphere, as I said, the concave mirror is a part of a hollow sphere, and if we take the center of that particular sphere from which the concave part is taken, okay, then we say that point is the center of curvature. Okay, that point is said the center of curvature. So if we take the circular path like this, then here it will be a center. Okay, and it is known as the center of curvature. Okay, and if we take an axis, drawing from the middle point, what? Okay, suppose AB is a part of the reflecting surface, concave mirror. Okay, if we draw a line in the middle, that is called the principal axis. So here x prime is the principal axis. What? It is called the principal axis of the spherical mirror. Okay, next, the point at which the principal axis intersects the spherical mirror or concave mirror, that is called the pole. Of the mirror. Here it is the pole of the mirror. Clear? What is pole? And you know, again, the center of curvature. Suppose this is the center. This is the center of curvature. Which one is the center of curvature? If we think a sphere from which the part is taken, the center of the sphere or the center of this curved part is called the center of the curvature of the concave mirror. And you know, it exists in the front part where the light are coming. Okay, important point, light always comes from the left side. Okay, from this side light always comes. Because this is the reflecting surface, and on the back side there is nothing, there is coated here. You know, as it is a lens, it is a mirror, not lens. As it is a mirror, the back side has nothing. Okay, what is in the back side? There is nothing. This is the pole. Okay, light comes from this side, and gets reflected. Okay, because it is a reflecting material. A concave mirror is a reflecting material. Light has two properties. One is reflection. There are so much properties, but out of those properties we only read in class 10 the reflection and reflection. Otherwise there are many properties of light. Light dispersion, okay, what scattering of light, okay, all things are there, but don't go to there. Just read our reflection and refraction. What is refraction? When light travels to another medium. When light travels to another medium, as you know, this is a mirror and there is no chance of light traveling to another medium, only reflection takes place here. Okay, so light coming parallel gets reflected. So another point is our principal focus. Another point is our principal focus. What is principal focus of concave mirror? When rays coming parallel with the principal axis, after getting reflected by following the laws of reflection, after getting reflected, they passes okay, after getting reflected, they passes and the point at which they intersects the principal focus. Remember, the reflected ray of light, where it intersects the principal axis, at the point, that particular point is called principal focus. Okay, this is called the principal focus. That means the principal focus always lie on the principal axis. This point is important. The principal focus always lie on the principal axis. And where it is? It is the point at which the parallel lines coming the rays coming parallel with the principal axis, after reflection, they intersects at the point that is called the principal focus of concave mirror. Okay, so let us draw again. Okay, suppose this is a parallel beam light. Okay, so this ray is called the incident ray. What? The incident ray. Okay, after reflection, at the point at which it intersects the principal axis is called the principal focus. And remember that we read later on, we read that all lines coming parallel with principal axis always converges at the point that is called the principal focus. That means all lines coming parallel with principal axis always pass through the principal focus. Okay, so this is the principal focus. And the distance, remember, always in case of spherical mirror or lens, always the measurements are done from the pole. We always measure the distances from the pole, either to left side or right side. The left side always negative, as what we do in coordinate system, coordinate geometry. Okay, the measurements towards left always negative, the measurements towards right always positive. Suppose we are measuring image distance, object distance, height, okay, things to be calculated as left side negative, right side positive, upper side also positive, and downside negative. That to be read later on. Okay. So this is the principal focus, and the distance from pole to principal focus is called the focal length. Is called the focal length. This is the focal length. Okay. Next, principal axis. Okay. Principal focus. Next, pole. Next, image distance and object distance. Okay. Suppose here is an object. The distance from pole to that object is called object distance, and as it is on the left side, it is to be calculated at negative. Okay. The sign convention, that is known as sign convention, that we will read later on. Okay. Don't go to that right now. So let us know how reflection takes place. How reflection takes place in case of concave mirror. Okay. Okay, concave mirror. This is principal axis. First point. When rays coming parallel with the principal axis, they gets reflected. Okay, through the focus. Principal focus. Just like this. Okay. The back side. This is the back side of the mirror. This is the back side of the mirror. Okay. So first point, any line coming parallel with the principal axis must get reflected through the focus, principal focus. Okay. This is the first rule of reflection. Observing the laws of reflection, always the law of reflection takes place. We cannot ignore, or the light, the rays, never ignore the laws of reflection. That means angle of incidence must be equal to the angle of reflection. Okay. How it is? Again, if I say here, suppose area of light coming to this point. Suppose this is the point of incidence. Suppose this is the point of incidence, and it gets reflected through the focus. So the normal should be what? Like this. Okay. Look here. Here AM should be the normal. Okay, AM should be the normal, and this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, and here angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, the laws of reflection must take place. Okay, so the first point, all parallel lines pass through the principal focus. Okay, second point. This is the pole here. Okay, this is the pole. So any line passing through the center of curvature, gets back on the same path, no deviation of direction. Okay, how it is? Suppose this is the center of curvature. Okay, so any line passing through the center of curvature, gets reflected through the same path. Any line going through the center of curvature will get back on the same path. Okay. Okay. Any line which travel or the rays coming through the center of curvature will get back through the same path. Or I say the incident ray is the same as the reflected ray. Okay. And from these 2 points, parallel lines reflecting through principal focus, line coming through the center of curvature gets back through the center of curvature. That means the important point, the rays coming through the principal axis will get back through the principal axis. Okay, the ray going through the principal axis will get back through the principal axis. Okay, next point. What happens when rays or the incident rays are through the focus, principal focus? Okay. This is principal axis. Okay. This is the back side of the mirror. As you are reading concave mirror. Okay. So suppose this is the focus. This is the principal focus. So the rays, the incident rays through the principal focus are always reflected parallel with the principal axis. Important point. Rays passing through the principal focus get reflected with parallel. What? Parallel with the principal axis. That means if any ray any incident ray falling on the reflecting part of the concave mirror and through the focus, through the principal focus, okay, that will get back, that will get reflected through the concave mirror, through the concave mirror. Again I say, just 1 minute. Rays falling on the reflecting part of the concave mirror through the principal focus get reflected parallel with the principal axis. This point is very clear. Okay. What? Incident rays through the principal focus get reflected parallel with principal axis. Okay. This is incident ray. Okay. And this is reflected. What? Okay, incident ray, reflected ray, parallel with the principal axis. So all rays passing through principal focus get reflected parallel with principal axis. That means if another ray, okay, that is also parallel. Okay. Next, the last point. What I said earlier. Always the law of reflection takes place. How the incident rays are coming and how they are getting reflected, always the laws of reflection takes place. So if any incident ray falls on the pole, the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection, and that making the same angle the ray will be reflected. Okay. So okay, so any ray falling obliquely, suppose obliquely falling on the reflecting plate, okay, suppose in this, it will also get reflected on the, making what, angle of incidence equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, any rays falling on the concave part, what, the concave reflecting part of a concave mirror will get reflected owing the law of reflection. The angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection. Is that clear? So this is all about today's class, and what I discussed here about spherical mirror, and on the first part of my session I discussed about concave mirror, how rays indicating you the rays diagram, okay, and some basic properties of reflection for a concave mirror. And we discussed pole, what is pole, what is principal axis, what is principal focus, what is focal length, okay, all things we discuss here. And in my next session I will discuss about the reflection on a convex spherical mirror, convex mirror, okay. And thank you for watching, keep it up, and I will try my best in my next session to explain reflection on a convex mirror, okay. Thank you for watching, thank you.